Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is another makeup tutorial. I was inspired by my recently pinked out hair and I want to do something pastel and colourful for you guys. So Zoeva recently sent over these sweet Glamour palettes. I have a blush palette and an eyeshadow palette here. They are so beautiful. They've been sitting at home at my parents' house for like a week now. I only just picked them up yesterday, but I just think they're so stunning. As soon as I saw them, I was like, these are amazing. They're so beautiful, and I just felt really inspired to use them in a tutorial for you guys. I forgot to use the blush palette in the tutorial today because I did my base really quickly and I wasn't really thinking about it, but it comes with like 2 blush shades and then a shimmery highlight shade, and then the eyeshadow palette has like a mix of shimmers and mattes and all that sort of stuff. They're not super pigmented, and I did find the eyeshadows to be a little bit chalky, so definitely watch the entire video to hear like my full in-depth thoughts and opinions on the eyeshadow palette, because I obviously haven't tried the blush one out just yet. There's a fly in here, what the heck. Let me know some looks that you guys want to see, some any like video ideas. I always take your suggestions on board and I do love hearing about what you guys want to see. So yeah, without any further ado, we're just going to jump straight into this tutorial. So I'd actually just filmed a foundation first impression before filming this tutorial, so we're just jumping into the contouring. I will leave that foundation first impression below for you guys in the description box in case you want to check it out, but we're just using the Anastasia foundation stick in the shade Fawn. And yeah, we're just contouring my face. I'm blending that out with my Sigma F06 brush. You guys can use Kaseyrayton to get 10% off Sigma if you want to pick anything up. Then I'm looking way too fucking smug while doing my concealer. I don't know, I look gassy or something. I don't know what's going on with my face. But we're just using the Tarte Shape Tape in the shades Light Medium and Fair Neutral, I believe. And then just going in with my Sigma 3D HD blender to blend those out. I then went in with my Mercier Secret Brightening Powder as usual on my Sigma F35 brush to set underneath my eyes. I feel like it just helps hide my dark circles better than any other powder that I set underneath my eyes with, so that's why I always use this one. And then I'm just going in with my translucent powder from Mercier on my Sigma F25 brush. So these are just like my favourite powders to use to set my face. You guys then see me going in with Hoola from Benefit. I'm just using this to add a bit of warmth to the skin and bronze my face up a bit. You guys know I love a good bronzer helmet, so you know, I'm just going friggin' town with it. Then going in with this Lime Crime palette, I'm taking the pinkest shade. This is the Opal highlight palette. It's a really pretty palette. I just found it was a little bit underwhelming. So this is probably the prettiest shade in the palette and the other two are just like meh, you know what I mean? They're not like the nicest highlights ever. We're then moving on to the eyes, first starting off with the shade Profusion from the Zoeva Sweet Glamour palette. I first used my Sigma E40 brush and then went in with the E38, and as you guys will see, I'm kind of switching back and forth between those just to build up that shade in the crease and the lower lash line, and just start creating like a transition shade. Then going in with the shade Quite Realistic, very similar to Profusion, but it's just a lot more pink, or a little more pink I should say. These shades are not very pigmented, I'll be completely honest with you guys. I probably wouldn't pick up this palette if I was you guys because it was a little bit underwhelming. Like the payoff of the colors just wasn't really there. I found it really hard to try and build them up. Not a lot of pigmentation, and yeah, they were a little bit chalky, so that was a pretty big disappointment. But yeah, I was just using those same brushes, and then I went in with Daydream on my Sigma E45 brush, and I just started building that into the crease. You guys can see I had to go in quite a few times to get any sort of color payoff with this. And then I just went back in with my Sigma E38 to blend that out. Again, just taking it on the lower lash line as well. And then I decided I wanted to build that up on the outer corner of the eye as well. So I just used the E45 to do that. But yeah, I feel bad like saying that I didn't really like the palette, which is such a shame because when I got it I just thought it was the most beautiful thing ever, but I was just a little bit disappointed with the quality of the eyeshadows, to be completely honest. And then I just went in with my Shape Tape in the lightest shade that I used earlier with my Sigma E56 brush. I just used that to create a half cut crease and then faded it off with my finger. And then I went in with the green shade Wish Fulfillment from the palette, and I used that to set the lid, just to add like a little bit of a pastel pop of color. And then I went in with the shade Object to Subject. That's such a weird color name. And I just used that to kind of fade it into the purple that was on the outer corner. But as you guys can see, it didn't really like do anything too crazy. I did have to go in quite a few times to build up these shades. And then I just took the shade Artistic Creation on the inner corner of the eye on my Sigma E30 pencil brush. I then went in and did some winged eyeliner. I didn't go too crazy today. I'm actually quite proud of myself. I kept it at bay and I got a pretty good flaky wing, if I might say so myself. Just using my Kat Von D Trooper liner. I'm obsessed with this. It's just like so easy to use, especially if you suck at eyeliner like I do. And then to finish off the look, I just went in with the Nubounsom Bella lashes. So you guys can use Kaseyrayton to get to 20% off those if you want to. They're my favorite lashes. I love Nubounsom lashes. But I feel like the eye look actually turned out okay considering the quality of the palette. So yeah, just feel free to switch in any other eyeshadows that you guys own to recreate this look. And I would say just skip on the palette if you can. Then finishing off the lips, I first went in with a lip scrub. I'll list it down below for you guys. And then I went in with one of my Huda Beauty minis. I think this is the shade Bombshell, but I will double check and leave it listed down below for you guys. But that completes this look. I really hope that you guys liked it, and I'll see you in my next one.